Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be drawing some fun food. We're going to draw food first, and then we are going to turn them into characters. Now it's completely optional. If you just want to draw the food and leave it the way it is, that's totally fine. But if you want to turn it into emojis or characters, that's really cool too. I'll show you how to do both. All right, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think about what kind of food that you want to make. And I think what I want to do first is a cupcake. So let's draw a cupcake. First thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a U shape. Kind of like that. It's like it got stretched out really far or like squished down. So it's going to be like a curvy line, kind of like a smile. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add the sides of your cupcakes coming up. And then you're going to add the icing. Now, usually the icing is layered on really thick, so there's just kind of globs of it. So I'm just going to draw a wavy line on the bottom, so it looks like that. Now, you could also use this shape to make muffins or cakes, all the same shape. It's just how you add the details and customize it. And then for the top of the cupcake, what you're going to do is you're going to draw another kind of wavy line going up like that. And then it's going to come back down, kind of like a triangle. Then it's up to you to decide what details you want on your cupcake. So you could add sprinkles. You could add a candle if it's a birthday cupcake. So I just added 2 lines here. And then a really skinny tiny oval. And then to make a flame for the candle, it's a curvy line going this way and a curvy line going that way. All right, so I have my flame and my candle. If I want to add the paper that you put the cupcakes in when they're baking, it also makes it easier to carry once you get a cupcake, you can draw the little lines, the vertical lines going up and down like that. And that is a cupcake. To make an ice cream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a long skinny triangle. And then for the top of the ice cream, I'm going to do the same thing I did for my cupcake, and I'm going to draw a wavy line because it's kind of like dripping. And then I'm going to draw kind of a round ovalish shape using a wiggly line like that to make the top of my ice cream. And then the same thing, you can add more scoops if you want using those lines, and the scoops on top are going to be a little bit smaller. And then you could even, if you want, add a cherry by adding a circle and then a stem. You can add a little dot right there to show the highlight. And then you can also draw the pattern for the cone or the texture for the cone. And you can also, if you want, make drips coming out. Totally optional. The next thing you could make is a popsicle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a long vertical line. And I'm going to turn that into the stick of the popsicle like that. And then to make the popsicle, and they come in all kinds of different sizes and shapes, so I'll make like kind of a rectangle one. So I'm just going to draw a line across. It's going to be a little bit curvy. 2 lines up for the sides of the popsicle. And then I'm going to draw a curvy line on the top. If you want it to look like somebody took a bite out of it, one side, you would draw some teeth marks by making some circular lines here, okay? And then you can also draw, sometimes there's a line in the middle. All right, if it's a pizza, you're gonna do the same shape we did for the ice cream, but you're gonna do a little bit bigger. Big triangle to make the crust. It's also gonna be a wavy line. And then you're gonna go across, and then you're gonna decide what toppings you want. So I'm gonna do some cheese, and I'm gonna do that by adding some wavy lines. You notice the trend over here? Wavy lines. If the cheese is melting, you can add kind of like the melting cheese coming off. I'm just using wavy lines coming off kind of like in strings. And then you can do pepperoni, olives, sardines, anchovies, whatever. Pineapple. To make a donut. Maybe you want to do a donut. We did one the other day. So circle with another circle around it, and then you're going to add the icing. Just that same kind of wavy line. All right, so I think I'm going to turn these foods into characters. You could leave them the way this is and color them in, and that would be just fine. But if you want to make them into like emojis or crazy characters, you could totally do that. All you have to do is add eyes, a mouth, arms, and legs. So to do that really simply, all you have to do, so if this is my donut, I'm gonna add some legs just by making lines, kind of like an L and then a backwards L, and then the arms sticking out. And then you can have little fingers coming out. You can also draw the hand more realistic if you want. And then you're gonna do eyes. So let me see where I would put the eyes. I think I'm gonna put the eyes right here. And I'll do that. He's like screaming, it looks like. The middle can be his mouth. You can show a lot of expressions just with the eyebrows. So if the eyebrows are going down like that, he looks angry. For my cupcake, I'll have that be the head or the hair up here with the icing. And then I'm gonna add an eye here, an eye here, and my legs, and maybe her arms are going out like this, or his arms. And then you can draw the mouth, and then same thing with the eyes. You can draw the eyebrows, and that's gonna change the expression. So we got angry and kind of happy. Same thing with the ice cream, some eyes. Maybe his mouth is going to be open, and then there's a tongue in there. And then the legs and the arms and hands. And those can be in different positions too. For the popsicle, I'll do the same thing. So curvy line, and then another curvy line to make the mouth, making it open. And then I put the tongue in there with two curvy lines. And here, maybe he's an angry popsicle because somebody bit the top of his head off. And then I'm gonna add his arms and hands. And maybe he doesn't have legs, he just bounces around. And then for the pizza, you can do the eyes. I don't know, he looks kind of nervous, and then his mouth is open. Let's do that. You can do the tongue. And then we can do some arms. And then some legs. Now I'm making it really, really simple, but you could make shoes, you could make gloves on their hands, more food. Totally cool, does not matter. After you're done adding your eyes and arms and legs and facial expressions, you can start to outline and color. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay guys, I am going to start coloring these guys in. Lots of bright colors are really going to make them come alive. So let's get started with that. All right, guys, I finally colored them in. They look really, really cool. I did make some mistakes, but again, I'm not gonna really freak out about it. I used lots of bright colors. That's gonna really make them pop. You could actually, if you wanted to make a comic strip with the characters that you're creating, make a book. There's a lot of different things you could do with these guys. Or if you just want to leave them regular food without any faces or anything, that would be cool too. But I just wanted to show you how you can make all of your drawings with the same shapes and lines we've been using to turn them into different things. And like I said with the cupcake, those same lines that we used, you could make a muffin, you could make a smaller cake. Same thing with the ice cream, that can be customized a bunch of ways, the popsicle and the pizza. You can also make different kinds of faces. They could be happy, they could be angry, they could be sad. So there's a lot of different things you could do with these and get really creative with. Thank you so much for joining me today to make funny food friends. I cannot wait to see yours. They're going to be great. Again, thank you so much. I had fun. See you soon.